All right, what is up, YouTube fam? How we doing today? Welcome to another Dropping Bombs video. My name is Corey Baumeister, and I'm going to be bringing to you a little Pioneer. I know we've been focusing a lot on Modern, Alchemy, all those other formats. I wanted to take a couple episode break and just play what I consider to be probably my favorite format right now, which is Pioneer. My next upcoming tournament, which is SCG Indianapolis, is Modern, so I've been putting a lot of time into that, as well as testing for the Pro Tour, which is Alchemy and Historic. So not a lot of time for Pioneer the last few weeks, and I think that's a darn shame because this format is pretty sweet. So we're gonna play this list that made it to the top 8 by, let me give them a shout out, Bill's Ive. They took 8th in a Pioneer challenge with this awesome looking deck, and we've played something similar to this before on the channel, a little bit of Rakdos Blood in the past, but I think it has essentially gotten a little supercharged with a card that I think is absolutely incredible, and we're going to start by talking about that, and that's Untitled Anvil. This card I think is completely obscene, maybe one of the better cards in the set. I just really think this card really unlocks a lot of things. It feels like Cat Oven to me already, and I want to start playing around with it a little bit more. I've been playing around with it a little bit with Nerdy Steve, I believe is his internet name, that's been playing this in Alchemy, and I tried that. I was loving it, so I wanted to give a shot to the Pioneer version. So as far as the mana base goes, you get to play a lot of fun utility lands. One Urborg, one Takanuma, I'm gonna butcher some of these names, but just all these utility lands that create some creatures. Then you get to play 2 Hive and 2 Den, as well as 1 Castle. So your mana base gets to work for you pretty well, and adds a little extra angle of attack to the deck. Then you get to play what I love about the deck. You get to play 8 of the best black 1-drops here, which is Fatal Push and Thoughtseize. I think both of them are incredible in Pioneer right now, and both great cards to be playing. Experimental Synthesizer is another great card. Just being able to refuel your deck, play it before you played a land drop, then you can, put a card into play if it's a land, play a spell outside of that. Really versatile card. You can also sacrifice it to Untitled Anvil, and then you just kind of, get to draw a card essentially right away, and this deck just has a ton of value. You also have some synergies with this Deadly Dispute to be able to really go over the top with the card as well. Voldaren Epicure is excellent in this deck, being able to create a blood that you can then sacrifice with Anvil on turn 2. So Voldaren Epicure, take 1, Untitled Anvil, sack the blood, turn it into a 1/1 token, end with an attack. You're putting them to 16 already, and this value is really hard to deal with. So extremely good start there. Voltage Surge is pretty much as close as you can get to the power of Unholy Heat. 1 or 2 to 4 damage off a 1-mana spell is pretty good. Of course, sacrificing isn't always a free cost, but sometimes it is. Then we have a couple Terrarian, just another card that you can sacrifice to draw a card. Can also add you some mana. Another card that just combos well with Anvil. Then we got 1 Kroxa for the long game here. 4 Blood Tithe Harvester, another card that creates another material, another blood that you can sacrifice to your other things. Deadly Dispute we talked about. And then the Meathook Massacre, which is just excellent right now, cleaning up any kind of creature decks and giving you that longevity against even control decks. So, as well as 1 Kolaghan's Command, and then just a bunch of hate cards in the sideboard. So, let's play some Magic. All right, round 1. Let's have some fun. I am a big fan of this deck. Oh yeah, this is a nice start. Voldaren Epicure into Deadly Dispute gets to ramp you, fill your graveyard. I guess it doesn't fill your graveyard because you're not sacking a relevant token, but gets to ramp you and draw some cards, and then kind of set up Kroxa as well later. So yeah, this hand is definitely fine. Our opponent is Death and Stuff. What is the stuff? Okay, probably Izzet Phoenix, a very popular deck right now, of course. All right, there's an even better play. That seems excellent. So, might have our biggest test round 1 up against maybe the boogeyman of the format. Izzet is still very, very strong. And we haven't played in a while, so I'm kind of peeking in. Maybe there's a lot of stuff that's different. Thing in the ice, something we don't miss. Okay, so I'm going to play this, and then we are going to attack. No blocks. Yeah, I kind of figured that we might be able to get him with that. And now it's the question of, do we want to try to Deadly Dispute to ramp? I mean, that only gets us to 4 mana next turn. We're going to need to find a Fatal Push eventually here. So actually, I think I will, even though I'd rather play Anvil. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. So if I play it now, they're not going to be able to flip Thing in the Ice next turn, but I might need all 4 cards to try to find an answer. But we can even do that next turn. So I will play this. I'm going to sacrifice the blood token. They're going to get drained. We get a token. And then we'll say go. Okay. Thing in the Ice is the card we really have to deal with. It's excellent against us. I guess it's not amazing. You can just make constructs after they flip it. But still, I think we'd rather just not have them have a 7/8. Okay, Flame Blast Bolt. Let's see what they hit. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Okay, so we're going to start with an attack. They didn't block last time, so they might not block again. We're going to have to sacrifice it no matter what. But we'll get it back with this. And we're hoping to find Fatal Push. Okay. Always let them make mistakes. Not saying that it's a huge mistake or anything, but based on our hand and stuff, we couldn't do anything about it. Well, might not have a choice here but to just Deadly Dispute again. Guess we could wait. We could wait, I think. Because if they go to flip it, and then we Deadly Dispute and bounce it, then we can still hit Fatal Push. Let's make them do it. Yeah, not great if we don't hit here. But we are going to make another token, so worst case, we'll start making chump blockers. Okay. So they're going to want a Flame Blast Bolt. But yeah, it doesn't really do anything to hit it to the creatures. Could just untap. I think I'd rather use my mana. All right. Okay, that was good. So now they can't cast that. But we have to find the right time to cast this because they can flip it in response, which is a problem. Actually, no, it's not the biggest problem here. So let's start with Terrarian. Then we can go with Croxa. Have them discard. And I might want to Flame Blast Bolt this. I just discarded it. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll just sack this. Okay. And we'll say go. Let's respond. Kill it. Sacrifice this. All right. Now that that problem is dealt with, we can possibly bring back Kroxa next turn. That's kind of crazy to me that there's only one, to be honest, y'all, because that card feels insane. And there's another one in the board, but it probably should just be 2 of that card. Kroxa's so good. All right, old Crackles, huh? Okay. We can just meat hook that if we want. But I think it seems a little better to go with Voltage Surge this and then just bring back Kroxa. All right. Sacrifice this. Yeah, we are just kind of picking them apart here, which is pretty nice. It's the sign of a good deck if you can just pick apart a Phoenix deck. You know, they're supposed to be the ultimate catch-all, be-all as far as never running out of steam. All right, but there's Kroxa. Yeah, I think I'm going to add a second one. I think that's going to be the first change I'm going to make after this. And I'll have my updated list below, y'all. Oh, I guess I don't want to have 6. Thing in the ice, huh? Okay. Likely cannot flip it. Okay, so if I want to meat hook, I mean, meat hook's kind of brutal because they can just shock me, right? So I don't think I want to actually do that, but I will start with a Thoughtseize, see what I'm up against. Okay, that's a thing. Instead of letting him have that, I could just Vault Surge it. I think that seems better. Because then I can just activate. Sacrifice Kroxa. Oh, sack an artifact. Okay, that doesn't work like that. Okay. Okay, so I guess I can just let this happen. And then see what they drew. Days Undoing and a Crackling Drake, huh? I think I'm okay if they Days Undoing me, but I don't want to get crackled. So yeah, we'll get rid of that. Now, I think I will attack. Yeah, actually, I can attack because if they block, then I can just meat hook here. Yeah, that's nice. They, of course, did not. So now we are just going to do this now. Sacrifice this, get another one. And let's just make them discard the Days Undoing, I think. Undo their whole day, basically. Okay, enters tap, and we'll say go. That's a magic card. Not that scary of one, I'll admit. So we have infinite chump blockers here, so that actually does not do much. So we're going to go like this. Then we are just going to play meat hook for 0. Now we're going to get this extra drain going. Because I would like to start activating Castle. I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna sack this. Here's some extra life drain, and we'll say go. Oh yeah, let it begin. This deck is just Voltron over and over. Okay, that's the best possible for them. Just 2 spells in one. Okay. Don't mind that since we have the removal. Not gonna do it now because I'd rather castle. Hello, Castle Locktwin, my old friend. Oh, I love this card, y'all. So good. Yep, you got it. I think I'll probably be able to find another artifact source, but you never know. There it is. Okay, so let's start with this. Then let's go with Blood Tithe. Castle. See if we get a 1-drop we can play. Epicure or something like that. So now I actually can just sack the blood instead of sacking it to this. So then I still get the 1/1. And we get to draw a card. And now we'll say go. And now you just wither them down. You wither their life total down. Croxa can come back next turn as well. There's the combo with Days Undoing. Gotta consider. Okay. Overall, I'm impressed how we've been able to deal with Izzet Phoenix, the best deck in the format, or at least one of them, you know. Okay. Alrighty. So we can put them to 3. They beat a 4. Attack them to 3. Sacrifice this to 1. We got them at 1 right now. That should probably do it. Okay. Yeah, let's just try to win the game here. I think we got enough. Alright, red, black, cast one of these, sacrifice this. Now you get 2 tokens. Now, these things in pairs are ridiculous. So now you go black, red, red, black. Here comes Croxa. That'll put you to 1. And this will finish you off. Game. All right. Big fan of this deck so far. Big fan. All right. Go blank is something we kind of want against them, but not insane amount. I want to keep Fatal Push because it hits Crackling Drake plus Thing in the Garbage. What is not good? I'm bringing in the other Croxa because I just think I'd always want 2 of them. Colligan's Command doesn't feel very good. I don't think I want to change my deck too much. Honestly, it's like, it's either I bring in Go Blank or I don't. Go Blank is probably pretty good. And it's just, do I want Meat Hook maybe, or do I want to cut that? Terrarian is probably the worst card in the deck. I'm going to leave in 1 Meat Hook, and I'm going to cut 1 Terrarian for 2 Go Blanks. This version that they're playing is not the Galvanic iteration, Time Walk version, which, you know, they usually are, but I guess they do just still play Treasure Cruise. I think I have to. All right, we'll take out 1 more Terrarian. Gotta beat the cruise. Or you'd be cruising for a bruising. Oh, I kind of forgot I had Luris that last game, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Huh. Wait a minute, did it ask me to be a Luris deck? Okay. I was like, did I screw this up somehow? All right, we're a Luris deck. Hand is pretty awkward. It's great if we get a land, though. We got 2 draws at it, and then it's just awesome. All right, I mean, we came here to Quarry Keep every once in a while, right? Let's test our luck, y'all. Everyone's shaking their head at home. I know, but we got it. Bang. Heart of the cards. Okay, that wasn't it so far. That wasn't it so far, but I have faith in us. All we need is 1 land, and this hand is pretty much on. Next turn we can go like Terrarian, Voldarian Epicure. Oh, wow. Did they Quarry Keep as well? Wow, are we just going to have the saddest game? Nope, I'm the best. Yeah, let's go with Voldarian Epicure. And then we are going to play Terrarian because I want to combo it with Deadly Dispute. Everyone at home is like, there's no justice. Corey, he can't keep getting away with this. Okay, they found land too. Okay, do I think they play any counter spells? If we hit a land, we don't have to. I don't think they play counter spells, but I could get got by something. But we're going to sack this, draw 3 cards. Make sure we hit a land drop. Barely. Let's go like this. And now I can either play 2 things or just a gentle Epicure. Let's just do that. Alright. Curious, did they just misclick the return if they just keep playing lands? Like, we're gonna find out. Kind of thinking they just clicked through their turn. Okay. So if I want to deal with that, I do have to... Oh, did they just brick on that too? This has not been their game so far. So I do have to attack plus use this, or I can just den. Just den them out. I think I like that. Why use resources when we got one on the table? This is a deck about just managing your resources until they are dead. So attack Narset, attack here. This one's gonna go here, and there you go. And now we'll go blank after this, I'm sure. Depending on what they do. We just can't let them Narset Days Undoing, and we got plenty of ways to stop them from doing that. Iteration of the Expressive Variety. One of my favorite cards. It belongs in Grixis Death Shadow, though. Okay, Pathway. Definitely not gonna animate Den with this shenanigans going on, though. Okay, so we're gonna start by attacking. Now we don't want to go ham here if they may have anger. But I do think I want to start with go blank. See what they discard. Stop them from doing any cruising shenanigans. Okay, they discarded a card I've never seen in my life. Yeah, that seems awful. And Hullbreaker Horror. Oh, that's a good magic card. Then I'm going to play into the Wrath a little bit and play a Harvester. Definitely a card that'll have a target on its head, but I still think it's worth it. A lot of bloods here for when we run out of steam. We also have Lurrus we don't want to forget about this time. Like, I didn't forget about it last time, I mean. Not I. Okay. Next turn does kind of feel like a Lurrus Epicure turn. Maybe sack a blood here and there, especially if we top deck a land. We'll start by sacking a blood. See what we can find. But we don't want to just be too coy and then they just start dropping haymakers like Hullbreaker Horror. So we still want to make sure we pressure them in some way. Still don't want to animate Den though. Alright, so like we said, we're going to start with a blood. We really want an Anvil or something. This deck looks a little less impressive when you don't have that. That was a good draw though, I think. Alright, here's some attacks. Now we're going to Thoughtseize and see what our follow-up will be. Start with the Thoughtseize. Okay, so they can either destroy an artifact, which makes sense. The Anvil thing is good. They're looking to kill Den. They can play Narset. Then we can deal with it immediately. Or Treasure Cruise. Cruise seems like the best card here. Let's just stop them from cruising. They're going to probably just play Narset and say go. So I think it's just Lurrus time for us. Let's be mana efficient here and just outvalue them. Okay, Narset. Okay, multiple pieces of removal. Nothing that we care about too much. So we know that's their hand. So now we just want to play in such a way that they're going to waste some removal on our tokens when we're trying to attack Narset. So if we attack with these two, they're going to kill one of them, and then we'll have this. So this is going to be kind of sweet. They're going to waste a removal spell on these bad creatures. I would too, but it's not ideal for them. All right, so attack Narset with both. They're going to use one piece of removal, I imagine. Interesting. Yep. All right, so there's the impulse. And that's fine. So they only have one more piece of removal, which is definitely going to be aimed towards Lurrus, and I think we're going to let that happen. Of course, we have to start by making sure that Narset doesn't get them a card. And now we can Lurrus into Voldaren Epicure or just Blood Harvester and just maximize Lurrus here. I think that's best. Free Lurrus, busted card. And we'll go like that. We'll say go. It's going to die, and we hope they don't draw Treasure Cruise, because otherwise they just have Raise the Effigy. Not that great of a card, but Treasure Cruise would turn this game completely around, and I'd be scared. Okay, so I don't know they have a removal. Okay, well, that changes everything. It's like, I will just cast Go Blank then. I was just going to attack. But Go Blanking them, getting rid of their last couple cards seems pretty good. I will sacrifice that one. We'll get rid of one of these Fatal Pushes. We got an extra one. Is it another one? Okay. I think I'll also get rid of Epicure. Yeah, I think we can do better. Well, we did exactly the same. All right, get those cards out of there, though. That's the main thing. We're going to hold every land now. We'll play another one of these and attack. And that basically puts lethal on the stack next turn. For 5. Yeah, it definitely does. I think we're going to win. Awesome. Round 2 coming up. All right, round 2. Let's do it. Okay, we got a Lurrus. This hand is very medium, but it's got our best card plus some removal. I'm going to try it. I could easily see this supposed to be a mulligan just because we have the Anvil, but we don't have anything to facilitate it yet. But that means for turn 3, you know, we're pretty likely to be able to find something. And who knows, maybe this turn 1 Voltage Surge will kill Elf or something, and we'd love that. It will not. Okay, so this is a... Ooh. God, we might be drawing worst possibles here. This does look like blue-white control, which is definitely scary. But this is going to be a good card. But we'll see how good. All right, well, this is sad. Purchase Lurrus. It is kind of a combo with Anvil because you can sacrifice it and then bring it back if it does resolve, but not always able to happen. Yeah, and it's like now we don't really want to... Well, that's actually not bad, right? Just playing those. Okay. All right. Uncounterable threat. Can't complain too much about that. I don't think we have any way to return lands or anything, but still pretty cool. Just be able to sneak threats by a bunch of counter spells. Oh, I thought they were artifacts for a second. I was like, oh my god. Okay. They are not artifacts, just tokens. So we'll let this happen, and then we'll say go. Yep, didn't want to put one on top. Yeah, that's a great Azorius Charm counter there, that's for sure. Okay, yeah, now if we were given the option, we could sack Anvil and play Lurrus. But, all right, give us something. No! All right, well, I think it's probably just fire up some lands and go to town. Just try to play this whole game uncounterable, essentially. All right, YOLO. Here's Den. That's a pretty good one. All right. We had a plan. It is now soiled. And now I have a feeling we're going to have to deal with our favorite friend, Teferi. Which I'm not excited about. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to be able to beat that if that's what they have. Okay. Well, if it was the play we wanted to make last turn, I think it's still the same now. Hive. It's not going well, y'all. This is not going well. Okay, never mind. Maybe not so bad. March seems really good in this deck. Okay. Speak of thy devil. Really good. Seems like a very powerful magic card. Alright, I'll say go. Our hand is the worst possible for this matchup. Wow. We were so ready to kill stuff, but this doesn't even kill Teferi. Okay. Does attack down Narset. We got that going for us. Okay. Okay, at least we can do a thing. So let's start by attacking Narset. Okay. Let's play another one of these. Probably gonna get countered. Okay, your turn. But at least that's something to return if we can ever sneak by Lurrus. I'm gonna try to kill Narset. Just mostly for this. All right, we'll play Terrarian. Well, we can sack itself. Yep. All right, and then we will just say go, have a little bit of fodder for our Voltage Surge. I don't want to just play Lurrus into what could easily be a Wrath. Okay. Okay. They have found their Teferi. Alright. End step. I'm going to cast this. Sack this in addition. We got Voltage Surges for days. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, I guess we hope they don't have Settle. Let's attack with two of them. at Teferi. And the construct at their face. Okay. Well, let's go with this. Let's play this. And then we could try to go for Aluris. It's not the worst. The Wrath is already pretty juicy, though. That's the problem. Alright. We're just going to go with the Blood Tithe Harvester. Yeah, Wrath is already juicy, so they're pretty... Okay, that's a good one. They probably want to do that already. Oh, blue-white control. Always so much fun to play against. Yeah, we can sack this blood and get rid of Fatal Push, though. That's not bad. Okay, there's that. I kind of expected that. Now I'm scared. Because now we have no pressure, so it's all on us again to be able to pressure them. We can put some pressure in with this card, I guess. Let's do that to start. Okay. All right, let's go with Voldaren Epicure. And then we'll say go. The pressure's back. Not another deluge. Okay, we're dead. This is going to be a tough one. Croxa is what we want. Croxa is so good against blue-white decks. To be fair, with them having a bunch of marches, it's less effective, but still very good. All right. Okay. I will sacrifice this. I wish these went face. Then we'll be set. Okay. Wow, that's not bad. All right, I'm going to start with Luris. That way it taps them out so then we can attack. Absorb, eh? Alright. Then we will attack. Ah, I should have played Meat Hook first. Alright, I'm going to play for 0. Gotta try to nickel and dime him. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is supposed to be a bad matchup, but our hand was definitely just not set up for it. All right, Meat Hook for 0. And we'll say go. Well, there's a token. There's a shock target. Okay, you'd think you'd want to cycle first in case you draw Memory Deluge, but what do I know? Oh, yeah. Can't even be mad about that. That's just awesome. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right, I'll untap. All right, Voldaren Epicure. Okay. I will sack a blood. All right, I'm gonna try to kill this. It's gonna be a sweet game if we win it. I'll tell you that. All right, here's 3. What do you got? Okay. Maybe I'm just okay with that. I mean, what else is this shock gonna do, right? All right. Well, that worked out as bad as humanly possible. Take one. Okay. I'll take it. Them getting aggressive is probably not a good sign. Oh. A second Shark Typhoon, eh? Yeah, we're dead. We are dead. We're not going to be able to deal them that much damage. Brutal. Okay, go blanks are going to be something we want. Colligan's Command, probably not what we want. Definitely want the Croxa. That's kind of it. Definitely don't want that. And what don't we want? We could take out Terrarian, because it doesn't really get around Narset, and it's just okay. Oh, wait, no. Fatal Push, what am I thinking? Yeah, all of the Fatal Pushes out. And honestly, probably some of the Surges. So we might want the K commands. And the Terrarians. And we'll take out one Surge. We could Necromentia them, but that card just doesn't seem that good. Probably something I want more against combo. I'll keep a couple of the Surges. That way you can just pester Planeswalkers. But yeah, let's go like this. Alright, let's try to beat blue-white. This matchup seems kind of tough. Definitely need to start aggressive and like this hand, so I'm in. Voldarian Epicure into Blood Tithe Harvester into then value stuff. Pretty good. We drew one of our Voltaic Surges, which we don't want, but we might find a use for it. Alright, Epicure, your go. God, Otherworldly Journey seems really good in blue-white. That seems like a great addition. Alright. Blood Tithe Harvester. Beatdowns are coming. Now we're probably going to play this. You want to try to wait as long as possible, but not always an option. Okay. Here they come. I could just Thoughtseize to start and then just play Terrarian. I don't mind it. Probably going to get countered. But I just don't want to not get value off this. Yeah. I'm just going to play Terrarian. And we can sacrifice that. Narset would be a kind of the nightmare scenario. I guess I can just attack it. But it soaks up some damage. Okay. Let's attack. That was a good draw. Deadly Dispute is insane in this deck. So we want to try to fit that in where we can. So let's go with red-black here. See what we draw. I'm going to start with this. Fuck. All right. Well, I'm going to just sack this then to draw a card. Yeah, that was not ideal. That was not ideal. Those are the scenarios you try to avoid, but when you're missing land drops, I could have just Deadly Disputed, but I figured there was a counter, like an Absorb there, so I could just wait till their turn. That's probably what I should have done. Yeah. That was not ideal. We would have also got by Censor there, so not bad that they showed us what could have happened. Okay, now we get to do stuff. So I think we can just start with a Deadly Dispute on this. Get that value card. Hopefully it's a land. It is not, so hopefully we hit a land. There we go. Then we can actually play this. Okay, and look at that value, you know? Pretty strong. Still don't feel great because we're dropping 3/2s and now it's their Teferi turn, but what can you do? Okay, no 5th land. That's probably pretty big for us. I will start with an attack. Let's dispute that. Dispute the charges. Keep our bloods around. All right, that wasn't bad, because I think we are going to need the Thoughtseize. We can either go blank them, but I think I'd just rather Thoughtseize and Terrarian for now. Try to stop them from Teferiing. Oh, no. Oh, no. So now it's we either pick the card... Oh, God, that's not what we wanted to see. Because we can't beat Teferi if it hits the battlefield right now. And we can't do anything about it. So I think we just leave the Teferis and we just hope that they don't hit it. Leave them with the Farewell. Hit them with one of their cheap cards. And I kind of want to... kind of want to get rid of Rest in Peace. Yeah, because that takes away Kroxa for us. And I think that's pretty important. We could Synthesizer here to try to hit a Thoughtseize. No, it doesn't matter. So, all right, Terrarian, here we go. We need him to break, otherwise we're just dead. Yes. Okay, so now black, red. I'm going to go with black, red. Okay, let's start with Synthesizer. Kroxa. Not bad. Definitely not bad. Yeah, let's go with that to start. Because if they go to March it, then we can Deadly Dispute in response. Should have probably played a land because of that, but whatever. Very important to Deadly Dispute this. Dang, nothing, huh? March. Farewell's gone. They got 2 Teferis. And now we can actually... Oh, I guess we can sack a token. Maybe hit Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize isn't even that good, though, so... Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Alright, let's do this anyways. Do Voldaren Epicure. But I think I'd rather have 6 lands to maybe do this. Or Kroxa plus Go Blank is actually going to be better. Yeah, Kroxa Go Blank next turn is like going to be our major thing. Let's break one more time. Okay, they deserve that, to be fair. Alright, it's going to be troublesome now. Okay, well, that's a magic card. That is a magic card. Now I just have to play to the battlefield. Because I'm kind of in trouble. So, black. Black. Yep. Red. Red. Croxarino. Well, unless I want to play Voldaren Epicure, which I think I do. Then I need... okay. I guess I can't untap now. That's okay. Don't really care in this deck. Not like Death Shadow. You can just get rid of all sorceries. Alright, let's see if Teferi can beat the world. So we are going to be able to pressure it now. And now that they don't have Farewell, we don't know anything about their hand now. But we get to play Den, and we say go. Now we can just kind of kill them, too. Like, if they don't find anything for these, we just get to kind of murder them. Not Farewell, though. Not enough. That would be bad for us. All right. Well. guess we'll sacrifice this. Fare thee well. Okay. Not great. Gonna be a little short of doing what we want, and that's denning this down. But I still think that's gonna have to be our play. We can go blank them and just play threats though too. So it's gonna go up to 7. This is 4, 5, 6. All right, I guess that's better. Go blank. Black, red. Okay, all the bloods. We're going to keep this card around, so we're not going to want to sack a blood. What is this? Dream Trawler? What? That's not good for us. Huh. Huh. Okay. All right. I think we can kill it. Can't kill this, but we can deal with this. Which Dream Trawler is pretty hard to deal with, so us being able to do that is pretty strong. Alright, K command. Alright, we'll return this and we'll try to kill this. Shock. Alright, we have dealt with the Trawler of the Dream varieties. We got this. Plus we can attack Teferi, or we could attack them. It's already lethal to them, but I want to make sure they can't ultimate. And honestly, just put the focus here. Have them think that we're really focused on Teferi, because we can just kill them tomorrow. Next turn. What do you have now? Stop it. Okay. Okay, well, I'm going to try to den my way to victory. So, we are going to attack Den to Teferi, but the token up top. So, that still puts this into lethal range, while still thinking that we're focusing on the Teferi. And then here's an Epicure. Yeah, if we would have attacked with the token at their face last turn instead, we had actually been able to present lethal. This Teferi's been on the battlefield for far too long. Oh, dagger. Daggers. Okay, well. There that is. Go blank. I don't think that's what we want right now. I would like a Croxa. Terrarian, not what we want right now. Hive. That's not bad. We can make them use it on Den and then just play Hive. I think I'm in for that. Make them do it. Okay, thank God we had a basic left. Not gonna do anything here. And then both creatures at their face. What is this? Sharky? Well, it does still put him down to 3, which is the important number with Hive. But they just keep refueling their hand. All right. It's been a battle. It's been a battle. So Hive is lethal. They're digging. Their basics are so hideous, too. Okay. I mean, I think I'm priced in to go for it. We can sack this. Sack this. Thoughtseize. That's exactly what we needed, I think. Might have been the perfect draw. We did look at like 100 cards, though. Dovin's Veto. Okay, I'm going for it. YOLO. Menace. Well, that's probably game. That is probably game. We're going to fight the good fight. Yeah, like something like Croxa is what we're going to need, but yeah, if we don't hit it here, we're probably toast. God, March has just been impressive, though. Yeah, even Croxa now, and we're probably dead. Oh, there it is. Do still have Luris. Haven't forgot about, but we've just been using our mana so efficiently. All right, that's game. That is game. Can't beat that. All right, all right. Well, that was unfortunate. But that match went a little long as well. I like to keep these videos around an hour, so we're just going to do this. I'm going to record another video with this, maybe, you know, a couple weeks down the line or something like that with these other 3 matches, because this deck is really sweet. I think there's something there, but this matchup did not feel particularly strong. But, you know, I could also see it being good as well, just we didn't get the right kind of draws. Game 1, we really drew poorly in the matchup. You know, a lot of fatal pushes, a lot of surges, but... Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I have my Patreon link below. March Patreon, I'm going to be focusing on SCG Indianapolis and SCG Dallas. So a lot of modern content in there. So if you want to up your game and maybe learn a few things about Grixis Death Shadow or maybe 4-color creativity, those are my front runners so far. Consider joining the Patreon. I appreciate it. Like and subscribe for more YouTube videos, and I think we'll play a little more Pioneer for the next video. So all you Pioneer fans, we'll get a little bit more dose. So thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next video. Peace.